In today's session, I found a painting with some Union soldiers in the summer of 1861. And of course, the Civil War hats that the soldiers wore. On the left side is the Union, and on the right side is the Confederate. So maybe if a Union soldier wants to let their presence be known, they can tack the capball on that particular hat. Or if it's a Confederate soldier, they can tap the gray one, or the one that's on top of the gray one. There is a little note on the back of that painting that I had taken a screenshot of, and I can show you what it says. I also have these capballs in case they were too difficult to tap on those hats. I have the Union one and the Confederate one. So here is what it says on the back of that painting. I'm going to see if I can focus. Okay, it's the calm before the storm. And again, it's the summer of 1861, where the vast majority of Union soldiers were volunteers who had received very little military training. This 25-mile march from Washington, D.C. to Manassas Junction, probably totally butchered that name, Virginia, was a hot and boring subject to many halts due to the difficulty of mobilizing such large numbers of men. On these occasions, the soldiers found other ways to entertain themselves during the journey. And this was apparently around July 17th, 1861. On the way, they found an old railroad embankment, and they never saw blackberries more plenty. So they stopped and ate what they wanted. And then a few days later, almost 9 o'clock in the forenoon, they reached this church. And now they took a side road that skirted a piece of woods and marched for some distance. The men amusing themselves with laughter and jokes, with occasional stops for berries. Private Elisha Hunt Rhodes. His name, for his last name, was spelled incorrectly. It's Rhodes, not roads, as in the cars drive on roads. And then Company D, 2nd Rhode Island Volunteers. And then they stopped every moment to pick blackberries to get water. They would not keep in the ranks, order as much as you pleased. And this was the Union General Irvin McDowell who said that. So again, that is the story behind the painting. I'll zoom in, try to focus on it if you can, because it's artwork. I'm not going to show too much of it, but let's see if we can get in contact with this particular spirit. Who is, hold on, it's a technical difficulty. Okay, again, this is who this person is, but of course much older in the photo. I think he might be the one at the far left, facing to the right. Or he might be, maybe I do need to get up. Hold on. So I think if I can get it focused. So anyways, I think it's this guy, or it's this guy right here behind this one. The other ones just seem a little on the whatchamacallit, lighter hair color. Okay, so I'm gonna back it up. All right, I gotta get out of zoom mode. So this is, again, Elijah in his, I'm assuming his uniform. Again, he also became a private, but then also ranked up a bit. So here's some information about him. And of course, he is in this cemetery that you cannot visit unless you're family members. So even if I wanted CFAN to maybe have a session, he couldn't. Because, again, Swan Point Cemetery. Here's his headstone. If I can just zoom in for you guys. All right, and then here's his story behind him. Civil War Union Army officer, served in the 2nd Rhode Island Infantry, rising from a mere private to lieutenant colonel and commander of the regiment. And then, of course, he also became eventually in the Rhode Island State Militia from 1879 to 1893. So, again, this was the painting that had him in there at the very beginning. And his family is here. His wife, I won't say the names yet. His son, at least one of the sons that is listed. His parents, one was a captain. And it's a sad story what happened. I'll tell you about it later. His mom. And then his siblings. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe 4 sisters, and then 2 brothers. And then I'm going to see if he wants to contact me and communicate. Sorry, it's not focusing because of the lighting, I believe. So I'm going to turn on Spirit Talker. Hopefully he can use that to communicate. And if he wants to also let me know he is here, he can tap the Union side, which is this one, and that hat, if he is here. I also have the EMF meter that I'll put up on display. Is Elijah Hunt Rhodes here? The one I just told and mentioned about. Is his spirit here? Can you use the EMF meter to go to yellow if he is indeed here? Okay, so I'm not sure if this will bring back memories of the unfortunate Civil War that he was in. But I do have a painting of him having a good time prior to the evident battle, or battles. It looks like him and his soldier buddies were picking blackberries and enjoying a little bit of laughter and jokes and just hanging out on their journey from Washington, D.C. to Virginia.
God.
God. Are you with God now, Elijah? I hope you are. I hope you're at peace. Oh, wow.
More to the history.
There is more to the history. There's a lot more to the history. I was I can't read it too much, but if anybody wants a brief overview of the American Civil War, you can. It's, again, online. This is just one out of all the many internet articles that you could find. And it does mention his situation with the, that word I'm probably going to butcher again, but the Manasseh. Oh wow, it's going active. So the event that triggered war came at Fort Sumter in Charleston Bay on April 12, 1861. Claiming this United States fort as their own, the Confederate Army on that day opened fire on Federal garrison and forced it to lower the American flag and surrender. Abraham Lincoln called out to the militia to suppress the insurrection. 4 more slave states seceded and joined the Confederacy. By the end of 1861, nearly 1 million armed men confronted each other along a line stretching 1,200 miles from Virginia to Missouri. Several battles had already taken place. Again, near Manasseh, I can't pronounce it, I'm sorry, Junction in Virginia, in the mountains of western Virginia, where the Union victories paved the way for creation of the new states of West Virginia, at Wilson's Creek in Missouri, at Cape Hatteras in North Carolina, and Port Royal in South Carolina, where the Union Navy established a base for blockade to shut off the Confederacy access to the outside world, and so forth and so forth and so forth. And this said Nell, by the way. I don't think there was a Nell in the family that I am aware of. My eyes are a little blurry. Yeah, I don't see any Nell. But I do have his sorry, I'm trying to add it to my ancestry thing and see if there is a Nell, but I doubt there. Excuse me, I'm kind of sick. Ugh. So, is there a Nell in the family? I don't think so, but type it in. There's a Nellie, a Nellen, yeah, there's some Nells, but not N-E-L-L. Anyways.
You are cherished.
Well, thank you. So, yeah, he lived a long time, which is good. So, is the photo that I'm blowing up on this screen, which is again this one, focus, is that photo that I just showed, is this you, Elijah? Can you maybe go a little stronger and go to orange or red? Okay, I think that, yep, I can't tell. One more time, please. Or maybe you can set off one of the cat balls to the left. Okay, I saw it. Thank you. But yeah, so this apparently I just was like, hey Dad, I know these are replica hats, but what if I gave it a shot and do a session unaware that there was a name tied to that photo or painting? And then when I found it out, this is like 5-10 minutes worth of Googling, and I found him out, and I'm like, oh, no wonder why I couldn't find him. His last name wasn't spelled correctly on the back of that painting. But I did find him, and I'm pretty darn sure this is him because there wasn't very many, unfortunately, listed with his unique name. So thank you for coming. Hopefully you can tell me how you felt during it and anything else. Scared?
Scared.
Well, I'm pretty sure you were scared because you were putting yourself out there and volunteering to help out your state. You were a union and you did what you wanted to do to, again, help your state out to win that war, or at least that battle. It looks like you did well considering you were able to live to 74. Yes, 74. Good job. I appreciate you doing what you did, and not only did you serve in that war, but you also served again in 1879 to 1893. And there's apparently some diaries and letters that were later published and widely featured in the Ken Burns Civil War documentary. So that's cool. You're very popular. Again, I never, ever put anything into thought of looking that up.
I had an accident.
I'm not sure if this is him. Is this Elisha? Someone else? Did somebody else pop in and saying that they had an accident? Okay, apparently there's another spirit here. Encouragement?
Encouragement.
Is I'm going to hope that I'm just continually talking to Elisha. So, encouragement. What you did, you were encouraged to do this, again, for your family, for your state, your town, your friends. You did that because you wanted to, again, serve and protect. Even if it meant you could have possibly been, unfortunately, killed during action.
Stacy.
There's no Stacy. So, unless Stacy is the one that said I had an accident, I will let you know if I see his wife's name, his son's name. Oh, apparently there's 3. Or I don't know. Maybe there's a mix-up on the siblings. I don't know. Because it says right here, I won't say it, but there's 2 of them, and they have the same name. So, I'm not sure what's happening there. I was so sick.
I was so sick.
Did the blackberries make you sick? All those blackberries on the way, the journey? Elijah, did you get sick due to eating too many blackberries on the way there? Oh, that's another spirit. Another spirit saying I was so sick? A family member of Elijah? Were you sick? Is a family member that's coming through from Elijah's side saying I was so sick? Is that the one I just pointed at? Because one didn't look like they survived very long. If it was indeed this one. There was, again, 2 of them. One only lived to be a year, and the other one a couple years. Oh man, even his brother didn't live that long either. That's so sad. Very many tragedies in this family, including his dad. That's so sad. So again, it could be 2 of his sisters, one that lived to be a year, the other a couple years. Please wait and listen.
Please wait and listen.
Okay. I heard a tap above me. Oh.
Connor.
So, oh, I heard it again up there. Excuse me. So, Connor is just a random name. I'm not going to vouch that it's a spirit or anything, just because we get paranormal files using this a lot, and it says Colin and Connor a lot. So, I'm just going to disregard that, okay? Sorry to a spirit who may have actually said his name, Connor. I don't see Connor in the family line at all. And I might have to start wearing glasses. Ugh. It's like, I just want to keep focus. So is there anybody that was serving in the Civil War? Whether you were a Confederate soldier or a Union soldier? Again, I also got Union, Confederate. You can tap one of these balls to let me know if you were indeed in the Civil War and what side you took. And I'm not I'm not going to be upset which side you pick. It happened a long time ago. I just want to say thank you for at least doing what you thought you had to do for your state. And of course, leaving your family behind, unaware that you might not come back. And if you did come back, you got lucky. And then this one, Elijah, was able to get so lucky, he was able to live to 74 and have a child. Oh.
Listen to my voice. Use the board.
Excuse me. I was trying not to cough during the use the voice situation. I'm like, of course, typical. You make me want to say quiet, but my body's like, no. All right. I don't know if I can use the board. I can't get the pen cap off. It's very hard to get off. I do have the board. Okay. I just wish I had a third arm. Hey, spirit, help me. Take it off. It's too slippery. My Roman. Yeah.
Roman.
Again, there's nobody in the immediate family named Roman. Maybe he was a soldier during that time. Were you a soldier? I didn't even think about that. Roman, were you a soldier in the Civil War? Can you tell me which side you were on by tapping either Union or Confederate? Which side were you on? Can you tell me? Now, when all you have to do is tap on the cap ball, which is a clear ball, it lights up pretty. It just lets me know that you chose that side. Or, well, not chose, but that's the side you were serving during that time. I'm trying my hardest to open this pen, I just can't. So, I would love to use the board, but without a pen, it's kind of hard. And more likely, I just put hi. So, oh.
Killer.
Well, unfortunately, that's what happened during the war. There was a lot of, unfortunately, killing that happened. They were again doing it for their state, their family, their town, and it was a pretty bad, especially when
Need help.
Need help? How can I help you? Well, which side were you on? Do you need help deciding on, help, because maybe you can't tap it? Was it this side? Was it the Union side you were on, Roman? Or was it the Confederate? Were you serving in the Confederate Army? Or was it Union? In between? I thought both. Okay. So Elijah, do you want to mention anybody in your family? I did show them. We have a wife, a son, your parents, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 siblings. And your father has the same name, and he was a captain prior to his passing. And it says that
Torture.
So he, who was a captain, and 2 other men drowned at sea in the Bahamas. It is noted in the marker, which is in the Bahama Islands. Oh my. But what was he doing in the Bahamas? This was in 1858. Maybe he was serving in the war? But I doubt that. I don't know. Maybe it was a tragic accident? But yeah, so I'm not sure if it says captain, so maybe he was, again, during some type of war. Let's see, what else I got here? Here's another photo of him when he was...
Choose.
Choose. Yes. If you can choose and tell me which side you chose to serve in. Did you choose to be in the Union? Or did you choose to be in the Confederate? Union? So you can light up all the way to red if you can tell me when I point to it. Union?
She died.
Or Confederate? Oh, Confederate? So somebody served in the Confederacy. Or, sorry, somebody served as a Confederate soldier. Well, again, you can just tap the cat ball and let me know. But here again, I'm showing Elisha, who is from the Union. Another photo of him. I think this was when he was a little bit younger. At least it appears to be much younger. Is that him? Elisha, that looks like that's you when you were young. Maybe that's you during the time of that photo. I can't really tell. All the buttons are being hidden. And then here's his American Legion. Maybe? I don't know. That didn't spark anything. Maybe this will spark something. Does this spark you? Oh yeah, it does. It flickered.
Viking.
The Viking. Well, that's definitely not part of this. Okay, well, I don't know. Am I really speaking to Elijah? Again, Elijah Hunt Rhodes. There was a painting that we found of you and your buddies on the road to fight. And there was a hot day. It's during summer. Blackberries were all around. And you guys were having to take a couple breaks. And that was one of the breaks, was munching on some blackberries, chit-chatting and laughing, and having fun, because who knows what will happen when the battle actually starts. I'm wondering, in this photo, besides himself, who survived, how many others survived? Do you know if all of these people in this photo survived? Can you light up to red if all of them survived? The people in the photo, Elijah, if you can remember, did all of these soldiers
Buried.
buried? So maybe not. Okay, how about how many are there? There's 6. Did 4 of them survive, including yourself? Did 4 of them, including yourself, survive during these battles? Excuse me. 5? Did 5 of them survive? Oh, 3? Did 3 of them survive? And when I say 3, I mean including yourself. 2? Did 2 of them survive? So you're telling me only you survived? Or maybe you don't know. Because it was probably pretty hard to tell after the battle. Everyone dispersed. So you probably didn't get in touch with your buddies afterwards. I don't know.
Vernon.
Was one of your buddies Vernon? Is there a Vernon in that photo? Just a random name? Okay. Just a random name. Hmm. Well, I'm waiting. I was wondering if I can... Oh, yes, it says right here. Right there. Military. June. August. June 5th, 1861. A month prior to the photo painting thing. He was unmarried at the time.
Inspiration.
Inspiration. You were inspired to serve in the war around that time? Because you were 21. No, sorry. You were 19. You were young. Very young. 19. If that's the case, he's probably not the one that I thought. Sorry, it likes to focus. Okay, so that was the draft. Okay. So he married, let's see, 5 years after the war. It's basically a year after the war ended. Again, he married somebody. I won't say the name yet. And then, ooh, wow, that didn't take long. Then a year after the marriage, he had his first and possibly only son.
I will appear.
Okay, Elijah, if you do appear, can you at least tap one of these cat balls? Ideally the left side. Okay.
I know you.
Oh, wait, hold up. Never mind. He actually had apparently a daughter. So, again, this family tree could be off a little bit because there's two of them. So one of them obviously is accurate. So they have their middle name as the mom's name. And it's just 1 year off.
It's me making sounds.
Oh? So, yeah. So again, he had apparently two children, a daughter and a son. But the Find a Grave didn't mention that. Yeah.
Jesus.
It mentioned God, and it mentioned Jesus. Were you a Catholic, Elijah? Did you go to church when you were living? Were you a churchgoer? Whether it was maybe Catholic or Christian? Did you go to church? Did you get to be with Jesus or God when you went to heaven? Did you get to meet them?
He thrives on fear.
Wouldn't that be the DEVIL? So that's... Okay. Do you need help? Do you want me to say a prayer for you? Elijah Hunt Rhodes, would you like me to say a prayer for you and your family? If so, can you go to red? If you need me or want me to say a prayer, all you have to do is go to the EMF meter to red, and I'll stop, not the session, I guess, but maybe I will stop. And it'll say it, and then I'll resume and see how you feel. So just let me know by tapping a capital or going all the way to the red. If you want me to stop, say a prayer, and resume for part 2.
Cool.
Cool. So does that mean, yeah? Go ahead and stop. Say a prayer. It said cool. So I guess that's me wanting to end part 1, I guess. All right, this is part 1 of Elijah Hunt Rhodes' session, who was in the Civil War and was a Union soldier. I'm going to go and stop to say a prayer.